Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Modern life is just loud, isn't it? It's deeply stressful, and frankly, it's completely unpredictable. Between those endless notifications buzzing in your pocket and the constant demands on your time, it is incredibly easy to feel like you're just being dragged along by the current. But today, we're unpacking a deeply profound philosophy that can completely change how you navigate all of that noise. We're looking at a concept known as the mastery of the inner citadel. It's this incredibly powerful mental framework, and by the time we're done here, you are going to walk away with the exact architectural blueprint you need to build unbreakable internal resilience.
So, I want you to answer honestly for a second. How much of today was actually in your control? Really think about it. Between the traffic that made you 15 minutes late, or maybe your Wi-Fi dropping right in the middle of a crucial meeting, or those sudden, urgent emails that just completely hijacked your morning plan. We have to start this journey by confronting a very uncomfortable but very universal truth. The staggering amount of energy we waste every single day trying to control things we simply cannot. We white-knuckle our way through the day trying to force the world to cooperate with our schedule. And let's be real, it's completely exhausting.
Let's move right into Section 1, the illusion of control, fighting the unpredictable.
When we look at outside events, they share a few, brutal, undeniable characteristics. They're highly unpredictable. They act as a constant, lingering source of stress. And most importantly, they are entirely outside your direct command. Now, when we talk about outside events, we aren't just talking about massive life milestones, right? We're dealing with the fast, chaotic, microscopic environment of your daily routine that is constantly trying to dictate your mood. If you tie your happiness, your productivity, or your peace of mind to a smooth morning commute, or even a client's good mood, you are essentially handing the steering wheel of your life over to pure chaos. You're agreeing to let the absolute randomness of the universe decide whether you get to have a good day or a bad one.
Which brings us to Section 2, Mind versus Outside Events, the Great Dichotomy.
To fix this exhausting cycle, we have to look at how reality is actually split into two entirely separate opposing domains. On one side, you have the external world. Picture it like a chaotic tornado. It's swirling, it's destructive, it's incredibly fast-paced, and ultimately, you are utterly powerless to stop the wind. But on the other side, you have your mind. Picture this as a grounded, heavy block of stone. This domain is internal, it's deeply rooted, and it is entirely authoritative. You are the absolute ruler of this space. Recognizing the rigid boundary between that swirling tornado and that immovable stone is really step one to reclaiming your sanity. Because you can't stop the wind, right? But you absolutely can choose to be the stone.
You have power over your mind, not outside events. Now, this isn't just some catchy motivational quote you'd stick on your fridge. It is a fundamental law of human experience. In fact, this exact concept was utilized by ancient Stoic philosophers, including a Roman emperor who effectively ruled the known world. Even with literally all the armies and wealth on earth, he recognized that his only true absolute power was internal. The moment you truly accept that your power stops at the boundary of your own mind, the external world loses its terrifying grip on you. You stop trying to command the weather, and you start focusing on how you dress for it.
Let's transition to Section 3, defining the inner citadel, the mental blueprint.
So what is the inner citadel? It's a mental fortress and an internal sanctuary where a person maintains total control and resilience against the chaos of outside events. Think of the inner citadel as a literal structural foundation, with thick, unbreachable walls. It's a sanctuary perfectly designed to protect your mind when the outside world completely spirals out of control. When the storm hits, you don't stand outside in the mud yelling at the wind and the rain to stop. No way. You step inside, you lock the heavy wooden doors, you light a fire, and you retreat into the warmth and safety of a fortress you've designed yourself.
Now for Section 4, the philosophy behind it, reclaiming your power.
This is huge, so let this sink in. Your internal reaction is your only true possession. We spend so much of our lives acquiring things we think we own, but the reality is the bank can take your house, the elements can ruin your car, a shifting economy can take your job. And you definitely don't own the traffic. You do not own your boss's bad mood. But you completely, entirely, and permanently own your reaction. That reaction is your ultimate property, and this philosophy teaches us that building your inner citadel is the only way to guard that property fiercely. When you realize your reaction is the only thing truly yours, you stop giving it away so cheaply to every minor inconvenience that crosses your path.
Okay, let's look at the practical side in Section 5, Mastering Your Citadel, the animated breakdown.
Here is exactly how you do this in real time. Let's use a highly relatable example. Say a passive-aggressive email hits your inbox at exactly 4:55 p.m. Classic, right? Step 1. Recognize the event.
The second your heart rate spikes, you have to identify that email as an external trigger. It's the tornado. Step 2. Retreat. Do not hit reply instantly. Step behind your mental walls, close the door, and just take a breath. Separate the event from your emotional core. Step 3. Exercise your power. From the utter safety of that citadel, you take deliberate control. You choose calm, you craft a measured response, and you maintain your absolute peace. You win.
But, and there's always a but, here's the catch. Mastery is a daily architectural practice. It isn't a magic switch you just flip in your brain after learning about it. Actually, scratch that. It's more like the continuous, daily, manual labor of mental health. It is laying bricks every single morning. Because some days, a massive, unexpected stressor is going to hit, and it will crack those walls. You'll lose your temper, or you'll succumb to anxiety. And when that happens, you just have to get the mortar out and rebuild them. That effort, that constant patching and strengthening of your mental fortress, is the practice. It requires vigilance and a deep, deep commitment to protecting your internal sanctuary.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final, really profound thought to challenge how you view the unpredictable world around you. Think about it. If outside events truly cannot breach your citadel, what are you still afraid of? If the chaos of the world stays outside and your reaction is your absolute protected possession, well, the world isn't so terrifying anymore, is it? You have everything you need right inside of you to handle whatever comes next. So what bricks are you going to lay today to build your sanctuary?